Hi guys, and welcome back to the 52-week illustration challenge. We are now in week 35 with the prompt for mistake. There in the beginning you could see me showing my moleskin sketchbook with my original plan, and obviously this piece looks different. And at the clip right after that you saw me shaking my fist at something. It's because one of the clouds had smudged after I'd lined it with my Micron pen, so I wasn't too happy about that right off the bat. But this prompt actually... it was one of those ones where I just wanted to quit halfway through. I was so happy with that little sketch in my moleskin. If you didn't know, these are my bunbuns, little bunny creatures that I created, and I absolutely adore them. I think they're so cute, and I plan on using them vector style in some of my future videos for my new channel, Sunshiny Days for Me. So hopefully you guys will go check that out on YouTube as well. There's one video up at the moment about me doing a decadent case, and I'm going to be doing more crafting stuff on their kawaii style. So I hope you guys will check that out. But back to this piece now. Like I said, it was one of those pieces I wanted to quit halfway through, probably earlier than that already. I used my White Nights palette, as you can see there on the right. Not my White Nights, sorry. Brain. This is part of why I wanted to quit today. So tired. It's my Winsor&Newton palette, the little Cotman Series. And I used it because I actually did a piece earlier for my dad's birthday card, also doing bunbuns, but I did it on a small A6 postcard style sheet of watercolor paper, and I used the Winsor&Newton there, and I loved it. It came out so cute, everything about it. Like, I was so happy with that one. And I sent it off with a smile in the post for my dad's birthday. And so I thought, okay, I'll try and do another piece here, kind of obviously inspired now by the whole birthday theme. And I wanted to put the bunbuns in and then use the Winsor&Newton again because I liked how the colors came out. But for some reason, today the paper, my favorite paper from what is it called? Flying Tiger. See, brain is just not with me today. Flying Tiger of Copenhagen. They have a really cool watercolor paper, which I love and I use constantly, which are these sheets that you see here. And it just doesn't like my Winsor&Newton, I guess. I don't know why, but it makes that streaky or splotchy kind of marking that it doesn't happen with my White Nights. So I don't know what it is about this paper. It just doesn't, I guess, like this type of paint. But I've also noticed, especially today when I was busy painting with this here, when I was trying to pick up more pigment with my brush, it felt a little bit chalky under the brush when I was, you know, busy pushing the brush around there trying to pick up some more. And I'd never really noticed that before. I mean, I probably did a little bit, but today it felt extra chalky. And I think that might also be the reason why this paper is combating it so much in comparison to my White Nights, which go on fairly smooth and blend really nice. So I was so disappointed because the other paper that I did my dad's birthday card in is very similar in texture to this. A little bit less tooth on the fibers there, but overall pretty much the same. And so I thought, well, it was cooperating on there, why won't it work, you know, with my favorite paper? And I obviously did not learn my lesson. So it was around about here that when I was doing this last layer that I was just like, oh, I hate this. I hate the colors. I hate the way it's looking. I hate that it's so streaky and splotchy in some areas. And trying to go over it again didn't help anything. It just moved the paint around some more. So it just wasn't working for me. And I was also upset with myself that I didn't put that much detail in because I thought that I wouldn't be so tired today. Because normally on Saturdays before now I've been fairly energetic, but I guess because it's fall now, my energy levels just drop when the sun goes. It's just what it is. And I had put a little bit more faith in myself than I should have, that I would put the time and the effort in to do something nice for the cake, for the details, and I didn't. And so then I was kind of making this up as I went along there, like with those green streaks I just put in the stripes. No, they don't work, but the cake was just looking so boring, so plain, and I know the whole point is that the bunnies are supposed to be decorating it and, making it nice, but it just was looking too plain already. And if you haven't already noticed, the mistake is there in the top right corner. That bunny is busy piping some whipped cream, and something happens. There's a clog in the piping nozzle or something, and he tries to get it out, and then he happens to scorch a blot on the bunny, who's busy laying down the syrupy coat that you see there, that the bucket is spilling over to the side. And so there's the mistake for the bunbuns. And everybody else is kind of in a panic because the cake might just be ruined now. So I wanted this to be super cute because the bunbuns were perfect. I was so happy with it. But of course, when it's like that, nothing ever goes according to plan because one element works perfectly and then nothing works. So some weeks, like last week, I had a perfect week where I got everything I wanted out of the prompt, and then there are weeks like this where I'm so excited to do this prompt because I actually have a really good idea that I really like, and it just doesn't pan out. Now, I'm not saying that I hate this piece, but like I said, the main gripe for me is the way that this paint is. It's too textured for this piece. It's not what it's, meant to be. This is supposed to be a little bit more of a flat, stark color, nice and smooth, to match these bunbuns because they are cartoony. They are not in any way realistic like my mice might be, like halfway in between, where a little bit of texture actually looks really nice and appealing. This needs to be flat, and it just wasn't working. And so by this point I was just rushing. I was just like, I just want to finish, and wasn't really that interested in the end result anymore, which is not the way to go, kids. You should always take your time, be patient, and work through it. So do as I say, not as I do. And so I finally I finished it off. I'm not very happy with the end result, and came back in and did the finishing touches here, like filling in the irises of the eyes. Oh, sorry, the pupils of the eyes. They're not the irises. And also came with white gel pen at the end, just to try and salvage it somehow. And I mean, overall, it's okay, but it's definitely not one of my favorites. It's not one of the worst, but it's, it kind of falls in the mediocre pile there for me. So, I mean, it's not something I would throw out because I do love the bunbuns, but the cake is atrocious, and I really should have taken my time on that. But, live and learn. So now this piece is done. And that's basically all I have to say about this one. I know I've been rambling on about it for a while now. But like I said earlier, if you guys are interested, please check out my other channel, Sunshiny Days for Me, and also check the links below for my Etsy, my Facebook, and Instagram accounts. I post on them fairly frequently, so please check those out and support me any which way you can. And also, please, if you like this video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe buttons. Every little bit helps. Also, feel free to share. Sharing is always allowed here, guys. So thank you so much for sticking me with this one and, finally seeing it through to the end. I hope you guys enjoy this one more than I did anyway, and I will see you guys for next week's prompt. Alright guys, bye!